Yo, 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 what up, dogs? Chris checking in with another Patreon exclusive tutorial for you here today. Today we've got something quite unique. We've got how to paint the pearlescent blue, green, turquoisey power armor for Alpha Legion Marines. This can be done for Heresy, this can be done for 40k, but for the example today, I painted up this Alpharius for a client. Absolutely adored doing this scheme. It was really, really nice and fun to do. The amount of texture that helps us do what we need to do in this model is great. So let's show you guys how to do that. So first off, we've started with an all black prime from Colourforge using their matte black, of course. We've done this all over the model, make sure we don't miss any of those shadows, any of those under details that are going to be resin grey otherwise. This is the art from Games Workshop, and it's fine, it's nice. I really like that kind of faded sky blue. However, I want to go for a more traditional greeny, turquoisey, pearlescent, shiny, sneaky goodness approach. So to do that, what we're going to do first is we're going to do a zenithal with this silver from Model Air by Vallejo. Apologies for the state of my paints, they're all filthy, that's just how it be. We're then going to hit those with some purple swarm for the dark shading of the shadows and some plasmatic bolt for our zenithals. Both of those are from Speed Paint. So using my airbrush, I'm going to zenithal this very, very gently because this paint is very, very dark. I want to build this up in volumes and modulate it quite smoothly. So I'm going to give it a really light all over, just to add some silver all over the model, ensuring I don't get any into that, into the shading areas, the underside where we want that black to be prominent. And then once we've done that, I'm going to pick some bits to focus and build up our brighter points. So these points need to be the extremities of the model, where you want the attention to be, where you want the focus to be. So I'm doing anything that sticks out, so things like his knees, his feet, his hands on the weapon, the top of his power pack, obviously his head and around his face and on his chest plate. Anything that is kind of casting out from the mass of his body, which the light is going to bounce off more, we are going to up that to a point where it's very, very bright silver. This is going to help our graded effect when we hit it with our speed paints to get a really nice smooth transition from a darker colour to a brighter colour, regardless of what colour we are using. Up next, we've got our purple swarm from Speed Paint. So these fly through your airbrush very, very quick. You need to be very, very gentle with them, especially the stronger colours. This colour is very, very strong. I've thinned it with a tiny bit of thinner. I could probably have done with thinning it a little bit more, and I'll explain why as we go on through the video. But we want to do this on where we want our interesting shadows to be. So in between armour panels, on the underside of stuff, we want it to blend into the black and the silver so that we get a nice colour modulation between what's going to be our pearlescent green to our nice deep purple to our black shadows. So again, I'm thinking about where I want this to be. I want it to be on the underside of armor. I want it to be where we've maybe got some of that grayish light silver we sprayed down earlier and just tickle it with this. If you are going to do this, I do recommend thinning it a little bit more than I have, or if you've got some purple shades or something like that, maybe try those. But this is a learning experience. I'm doing this to show you guys, so any mistakes I make, you guys can learn from. The end result's fine, I'm happy with that, but these do come out a little bit dark in the end result. Once I put my oils down on there, this purple does go almost black. So bear that in mind for your own Alpha Legion examples. I want to make sure I don't go too mad with this because I want the prominent colour to be that plasmatic bolt that we're going to put down, but I do want this to be our kind of secondary colour, our colour of interest. There we go, I think that'll do. Up next, Plasmatic Bolt. This is a really, really great colour. I enjoy using this on my power weapons, my plasma weapons, and in this case, some nice shiny power armour. It's a lot thinner and a lot less strong than the purple, as you can see as I'm applying it there. I do multiple passes. I ensure it doesn't pull. I do light passes so that it dries as it hits and doesn't leave big, streaky, horrible pulley messes and then mess with our purple and stuff. So again, lots of light little passes, letting it dry in between. And yeah, this is the kind of synonymous effect that we want with our Alpha Legion to be that pearlescent green, purpley, turquoisey, tealy, whatever. It's very much open to interpretation. I've seen purple ones, I've seen green ones, I've seen blue ones, I've seen all of them in between. Do what you want to do. If you're not using Plasmatic Bolt or any speed paints, I'd recommend Ethermatic Blue from Contrast and maybe not Leviathan Purple because that's quite dark, maybe Magos Purple. Find what works for you. Find some purples and teals and stuff that you like and take them for a spin. Learn by doing, that's what I say. So as you can see here, I'm just going over it again with a second pass just to build up the intensity of that second colour of Plasmatic Bolt, and you can see the second coat goes down, we get that really nice, rich, intense turquoisey tealy colour. Once again, light passes, don't let it pour, don't blast it, don't soak the whole model in this stuff. The better result you get with this is through those light passes and repeating yourself and going over again. And then I decided to go in with a third coat just to really build up that intensity. I don't want to do this on the ultimate extremities. I want those to remain bright. I want this to kind of deepen the blend between the purple and our plasmatic bolt just to tie them together nicely. So again, I don't want to oversaturate the areas of interest, the face, the extremities, the bits that are sticking out. We want those to be quite bright. So that's why I'm going to keep this to things like behind the head, where the purple meets the arms, the inside of the power pack, stuff like that. And here we are, here's that effect we've been looking for. I'm really, really happy with this. I'm a little bit worried that my purples are lost, but I'm going to roll with it and see how we get on. The next step is to fill in our trim that we've sprayed over. So I'm using Pro Acryl Silver for this. Nice paint, love it. There's a big jump between this and their dark silver. I feel like they need a middle one. If they've got one, I'll get it. If not, they should make one. But yeah, we're going to do this over all the trim. There's not a whole heap on this model. Trim gets a bad rep from a lot of painters, and yes, I see why. It is tedious and monotonous and frustrating, but the way to look at it is it 10 Chaos Space Marines? No, this is technically one big Space Marine. This is almost like just the jump up from a Terminator, so when you put it into that perspective, it's not a lot of trim at all. So again, we're going to use this Pro Acryl Silver just to tidy up all that trim, and this is what's going to frame all those colours and give us a really nice interest, and make him look super sneaky, boy. Then just paint down with a bit of water. Be careful of the areas you're going over. If you do mess up, you can just go over with the original colour. Yeah, a couple of thin coats with a little bit of water thin down in the silver does the part, and there we go. I'll probably notice a few bits I miss as I go, so I'll just tidy those up as I go along, or wait till the end and do it then. Right, here's the end result. I've slapped an oil wash over the whole thing, and it's come out sparkers. So it's just lamp black oil mixed with spirits. I didn't film this because I got carried away and was really feeling the vibe with this guy. I did this once I'd done all the other areas, his spear, his cloth, stuff like that. So now all I have to do is tot up his eyes, sort his base out. I've made a start here, as you can see in this example. The plan is to have a nice earthy base. He's going to be skewering an Imperial Fist Marine, and then this chap will be off to the client. Oh, not forgetting his cloak as well. That'll match the loincloth between his legs. But yeah, there we are. There's Alpharius, there's Alpha Legion armor and how I'd go about painting it. If you don't have an airbrush, you can do this through dry brushing and building up layers of silver from dark to light, and then wet blending your speed paints on there. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Keep being awesome. Peace!